Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. We got a lot happening with both of the Time Attack Acura Integras. So, good news is the silver car, we're gonna really start wrenching on that thing a lot in the next few months. That car's gotta be done for next year. For those of you who don't know, and some of you guys who tune in for other content, the Acura Integras I'm building are both Time Attack cars. So I have a black one, which is going to be the budget car, and then we have a silver one, which is going to be a spec car for Club TR Grid Life. So if you guys are Grid Life guys and you're out there, shoot me a comment, hit me up through email, Instagram, whatever the case is. I'm so excited for next year to actually be a part of that. And then the black car is going to be more for track days. It's going to be the test car, and we're kind of trying things out with this car that are going to go on the silver car. If they work or if they don't, we will go in a different direction with the silver car. So it's kind of cool. It's a little overkill, but really hopping into the race car scene, I guess you can say, as of next year. Want to be driving cars, want to be having fun with them. Street cars are awesome, but it's a really good time to get out on your tracks and push cars to the limit, which is kind of what I'm into. So let's take a look at the black car and let's see what we picked up for the silver car, because I'm really stoked on that part. All right, so through the B-roll, you can tell I installed some aero on the car. We ended up going with 5-inch PCI side skirts, and then I actually purchased these for the silver car, but I wanted to install them on the black car to see fitment, and now I know from seeing them on a bunch of other cars, they fit really well. They are trimmable. You can kind of adjust them the way that you want, and they're quick release. As you can see, there's actually 3, I wouldn't call them quick release, but they're easily removed with 3 bolts, which makes it really, really nice to get it on and off a trail. Then we ended up going with what is now the version 2 PCI wing risers. And on the silver car, I'll post a picture real quick of what I have on that. We're just regular risers, so they go straight up from here. They don't attach to the back of the trunk lid. Now, the plus side of it attaching to the back of the trunk lid, you might be able to see it. You won't be able to see it from the picture, but the wing actually sits almost flush with the back bumper. Benefit of that, it's pushing your wing back, which actually gives you more downforce on the vehicle. Club TR spec, which is the silver car, you're allowed to go 5 inches past. Now this car, I'm not trying to fit it into a class. I want to be able to use this as much as I possibly can in just open classes and stuff like that that don't have any parameters, but it's not going to be competitive because we are going to keep the B18B in the car. So the wing, I wanted to try it out. I am going to end up putting the version 2. I'm not going to take these off, but I'm going to get another set of PCI risers for the silver car because I really like the way that that is. So we have a Type R lip on the front of the car. I don't think I updated you guys that yet. I had purchased it while the car was actually at Tri-State, and the reason it was at Tri-State Motorsports was we ended up putting the B16 trans on the B18. So as any of you guys know that are Honda guys, the LS trans just has a really long gear ratio. The gears are more suitable, I guess you could say, for turboing a car. Years ago, when I was building these cars on the street, the whole purpose of an LS trans would be more for a turbo car. So on the naturally aspirated car, the ideal transmission's a Type R trans. Super, super hard to come by these days and really, really expensive. So I was able to pick up a B16. We ended up putting an M Factory 4.7 final in it and an M Factory LSD, which I'm stoked on because the LSD makes a huge difference on the track just in general. Now again, not the craziest part. That's not a part that maybe a lot of track guys are going to use on the higher end stuff, but going to be good enough for this car. There are a few things that we have to do mechanically left, and that's going to be replace out the radiator with a Koyo aluminum radiator. We already have it sitting over there. And I am going to go with a set of PLM headers. These are some OBX headers that came on the car. And, you know, honestly, I'd probably say factory manifold would be better than that. So we're going to put on a new header. And then we also did PLM trans mounts, which ended up making the world of a difference because this car does have factory motor mounts in it. So performance-wise, I'm super happy where the car is at currently. I didn't want it to be super fast. I want it to be somewhat stock and reliable as far as the engine's concerned. If anything does happen to this motor, I'm not going to stick with the B18. I'm going to end up going with a B16 or a VTEC motor, a B18C or something that is going to give us a little bit more power and a little bit more tunability, if you will. So, but for now, this is what we're doing. The silver car is going to be a K24 with every bolt-on you can possibly do to a stock motor because that fits Club TR. So, a couple things that we did do. Also, we put on some arrow catchers on the carbon hood. You may notice the carbon hood is kind of faded, and there's a reason for that. Cue the video. Yes, when we put the hood pins on, it cracked the clear coat. So some carbon fiber comes not even clear coated. So you want to make sure it's treated. This hood is very old. So we're going to get it clear coated again, but I peeled off all the clear coat. So kind of weird, but it is what it is. We also were able to get the harness bar in here, and we do have a Sparco quick release steering wheel and a Sparco steering wheel too. So car's ready to go pretty much. Now, the big part that I've been really excited to show you guys, we have a very rare JDM part for the silver car. So let's get that out now. All right, now have you ever had like a part that you thought was just something that you wouldn't own, or that you were just like, it's gonna be impossible to get that, or whatever the case is? I've had a lot of cars, obviously. I've had a lot of cool cars. I've purchased a lot of car parts, more than I'd even like to care about or add up at this point. But there was a part that I've been looking for quite some time for the silver Integra. I've been just kind of like racking my brain what options I could go with, and it was pretty difficult to find. And I almost settled on one, and it was the first time ever where Drag My Feet kind of actually paid off. And the reason that is I was able to get a first molding carbon Kevlar vented hood. So I was gonna buy this exact same hood, but it was gonna be all fiberglass. So not that that wouldn't have worked, it would have been fine. It just was kind of something that in the back of my head, I was like, oh, I really would like the carbon fiber or the carbon Kevlar. Now, it's kind of risky putting this part on a track car, but I do believe the track cars should be really nice. One of my friends always says the same thing. What's this saying? Track cars are show cars, not all show cars are track cars. So that's kind of true. I like my cars just being nice in general. I have a very hard time bringing myself to kind of just letting the car be which is why on this black car, you know, you could tell that in probably the B-roll, the fenders are Nighthawk blue or Nighthawk black, and the rest of the car has almost like a goldish tint to it. I'm gonna have this car painted. I'm gonna have some of the damage fixed. And the reason that is because even though it's a track car, why not have it all one color, look presentable, reasonable? You know, I do a lot of little things like replace the bolts, and we're gonna go even deeper with this. And the more stuff that the more I work on the car, the more stuff I'm gonna replace. Even though it's a budget car, I still want it to be a nice car, well put together, and you know, it's always good to use newer parts. So we got a lot of stuff going on. The black car is very, very close to being done. Already went over that. The silver car, we're just getting started, and I'm stoked on the fact that we were able to pick up this hood. We're gonna try to get the engine bay all sorted, suspension sorted. We got those new trailing arms. I'm gonna use those trailing arms and the front spindles as well, so everything matches on the car. And we're gonna get everything started really, really soon on the silver car, because I want that car to be done for the beginning of Club TR of next season's Grid Life. And I'm stoked on both cars. I hope you guys are too. Throw down in the comments if you guys want to see anything, if you have any questions. I know I've had a couple people say, do you drive the cars? Absolutely, and we're gonna be doing a lot more driving in the future. We got some dyno days coming up for hopefully the Corrado and maybe the Cayman too. I'm really kind of interested to see how much power that car is making. Took it out over the weekend, and sometimes I forget how quick that car really is. So I'm stoked. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.